Twin flame is a chord. Twin flame movement is considered to be a chord. Stay tuned. Watch the video until the end. Don't forget to subscribe, to leave your comment, and yeah. Why? Oh, not why. What is a chord? A chord is a practice which is done in privacy or secret or dark corners, in fear of the society, in fear of law, or anything. Maybe the fear of judgment, or any reason. It's not because such practice is evil or good. It can be just a fear of judgment from outside, or from those who does not accept or believe in such practice. That's why a certain group of people would choose to hide, to meet in dark corners, and that practice is called a chord. And the proof from the Bible, the story starts with John, the birth of John. The father Zachariah was in a place, the Holy of Holies. Time they casted the lot, and it picked him. Whilst he was representing the Israelites in the Holy of Holies, the angel appeared to him and told him that your wife is going to conceive, and she's going to give out a male child. She's going to give birth to a male child. And Zacharias, being aware that they were both too old, and Elizabeth was the wife, was old as well, he questioned that within his heart, and he was told that he should name the son as John, and he is coming in a spirit of Elijah. Since this was his first child, he wanted the son who can bear the name. So he felt jealous and he was made dumb. He stopped talking, and when he came out, he wasn't talking, so that he cannot reveal what happened inside until the child born, and he had to write the name somewhere. That's when he started talking, and everyone was surprised that there was no one named John in the family. They got surprised how and why he named the son that name. That was a chord. And from there, the journey started, because John and Jesus had the same mission. He was the forerunner of the Messiah. Mary conceived as well, and when she conceived, before she conceived, the angel appeared to her and told her about the birth of Jesus, and she was surprised because she did not know a man. She never had sex with any man. So she was told, and she was a virgin. At that time, she was engaged to Joseph. And the angel appeared to Joseph as well in a dream that the woman you are engaged to is going to conceive a child, a male child, so that they can protect Mary from being stoned, because according to the culture of Hebrews, the culture of Israelites, if a woman is pregnant without a father or caught in adultery or fornication, a woman has to be stoned to death. So life planned already the cover for that child, the son bearer, the light bearer. That was a court. And during the birth, since Mary moved and was staying with Joseph, during birth, he was born. He born in a manger, and only the cattle keepers, the shepherds, witnessed, and the wise men observed in the sky the stars. So they understood, they led and understood, they followed the star. As they were passing by, obviously they went through Elodie's place. Maybe they asked for the permission, and he asked them where they were going, and they say there is a son who was born, who is the savior. And in the human understanding of Herod, he thought he's someone who's going to overthrow the government of Italy, Rome, because Herod was an emperor to Rome. He was representing Caesar. By that time, Israel was under colonial of Italians, the Rome. And when they went there, they took some presents, and in the way back, an angel appeared to them and told them to say they don't have to pass the same way they used when going to see Jesus. They have to use another way. And the angel appeared to Mary and Joseph and told them to flee. So they went to Egypt until Jesus reached 12 years. That's when he appeared. He went in Israel, and there was a festival. We see he was teaching in a temple with elders, scientists. He sat around the table with wise men, the high priests, teachers, scribes, all those who were educated, together with scientists, and everyone was marveled at the knowledge of this young boy who was just 12 years. From there, the story goes quiet until when he reached 30 years, and he went to be baptized by John. John was not staying with any other people, was staying in the bush. That's why he was eating grasshopper, ants, and the honey. And from there, I started the mission, baptizing in the River Jordan. And Jesus went there to be baptized. And as John was baptizing him, John saw the heaven opened, and the voice came down, and then the voice said, "This is my son in whom I am pleased." That was a court. It wasn't known by Israelites, by the synagogue, the religious, the belief of Hebrews, the synagogue. So when Jesus was teaching, they used to send a lot of people to go and investigate his teachings, if at all he was teaching in line with the teachings of Moses and all the prophets who came before him. That's why I would see Pharisees, Sadducees, scribes, and high priests questioning him. At one time, they brought a woman to him and said, this woman was caught committing adultery, and according to the law of Moses, this woman is supposed to be stoned. What about you? All that was a court. At one time, after he came from the wilderness, he fasted. The mother, they attended the wedding, and the wine, they went out of wine, and the mother had to whisper to the owner of the wedding to say, see that man and tell him that this is what is happening. And Jesus replied to the mother to say, what do I have to do with this? He made wine. Why did the mother show the owner of the wedding to say, see that man? Is because Jesus was doing that and he didn't show to the people, but the mother was aware. And Jesus was not happy that the mother started exposing his ability, his supernatural power. That was a court. And at one time there was a festival, and the brother to Jesus told him to say, this is the time, let the world know you. And Jesus answered and said, my time is not yet. Your time is always yet, but mine is not. And when Jesus was teaching, he was moving from one place to another, running away from the teachers of law, Pharisees, Sadducees, priests. And that's why it was a court to silence him, since he started making influence and making miracles. They had to look for a way to kill him. Jesus wasn't killed as a prophet, as a true prophet. He was killed as a false prophet. Yes, as a false prophet. That's why they had to take him out of Jerusalem, and they crucified him from a place called Golgotha, and that place was a place where they used to throw dead things. Even in Christianity was a court. After they killed Jesus, they thought after killing Jesus the work would stop, but they continued. Those who were behind Peter and the group, they started hunting them, and one of the people was converted to one of them is Paul, vowed that he's going to hunt them. And God saw the purity in his heart. He converted him one day. He confronted him and converted him into one of the disciples. And he suffered as well because it was a court. Now, who is Jesus? Jesus was a son of the light, and John the Baptist together, they were the sign of the light. That's why they were killed, and what killed them was the law of Moses. Those who were protecting the worshiping of Judaism, they felt threatened about what Jesus was teaching, because it wasn't there until when Jesus came by, and they were threatened. You see, at one time, one of the teachers by the name of Nicodemus went to Jesus at night and said, I know you are a true teacher, and I believe in what you teach, and I want to be converted. And he told, say, unless you're born again. Why would he go at night? Because it was a court. It wasn't allowed. Even when they believed that Jesus was teaching the truth, but they cannot accept because of the odd worshiping, the odd belief. Those who believed in Jesus, they had to run away. They had to run away from their place places to other places like Damascus, because the teachings of Jesus was considered a cult. Now, thereafter, Jesus died. Since he left, the influence was everywhere. They wanted to convince, so they had to blend the teachings of Jesus into the Judaism so that it looks to be one, so that they can control. Because the Old Testament, the old worshiping Judaism, it was all about controlling people, and Jesus taught something new about self-knowing. And you can see Jesus focused much about inside. Is the one who talked about the kingdom to be within, that do not look for God outside you. And him claiming to say he's the Son of God and is God, that made them to be annoyed. And again, Jesus, even when he performed a lot of miracles, he didn't say, I am doing miracles. He told them to say, your faith has healed you. Why did he say your faith has healed you? Because he told them to say, you've healed yourself, because in you there is God. This truth is what was taken away, so they had to blend it and make it look like the same God who was with Moses, was with other prophets, is the one who was with Jesus. But there's a difference there, because this is where it gets kind of confusing and difficult, because the God who was with Jesus loved everyone and accepted everyone, but the God of Israel was just for Israel only. You can see the story of Israelites from Egypt. Moses was told by God to say, I've seen my people are suffering from Egypt, so I want you to go and rescue them. And when they left Egypt, going to Canaan, they killed a lot of people. Even when they entered Canaan, they found that Canaan was already occupied by other people. They had to conquer all those people and kill them. They killed them. Thousands and thousands, if it's not millions, together with children and everyone. And if that was God, the God of love, the God of truth, why should one tribe die? Like the way I born a black man, that means I'm entitled to die because I'm not from the line of Abraham, and that does not make the God of Israel the true loving God and the God of truth, the God who loves everyone. And if you refuse to worship him, they'll kill you. That was the law. That was dictator. And of course it's there in the Bible. He was asking for blood. They used to take blood for sacrifice. Why would God ask for blood? So it's a cult because there's something that is planted in you, that the light now has to come and shine, that which Jesus promised in the 144, and you are one of them. And the world won't accept, because humankind has been programmed already with the information from the Bible, with all that manipulation, and you are going to fight that. That's why for now it's still a cult. I'll make another video that will be part 2. I don't want this video to be too long, but thank you very much if you've stayed up to this far. I'd like to hear from you. You can drop in comments and like and subscribe. I don't care if you agree or do not, you don't agree. It's okay. You can still speak your mind. I'm still breaking down that one. Watch out for part 2.